What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Batters Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Hope your Tuesday's off to a great start. Hope you had a great Monday as well, everybody. Spent a lot of time on Monday talking about Jaden Daniels transferring into LSU. If you missed it on AFR on Monday, we spoke to Michelle Gardner, who, interestingly enough, that is the same name of the principal at Erica's school. But anyway, Michelle Gardner covers Arizona State for the Arizona Republic. Really good perspective on Jaden Daniels yesterday. She said, in no uncertain terms, he was always expected to be a 3-and-out guy at Arizona State. He is coming here to start. It's not coming to win a job. The belief is that he's been told he will start. So I kind of believe that. What does that leave for Miles Brennan? I think you have a real strong likelihood after spring, if Jaden Daniels has emerged, that Brennan does transfer. He was looking for an opportunity to go play. So, I think you could well see that scenario unfold. Other big news yesterday, we learned Calvin Ridley has been banned for a year from the NFL for betting. I think that is absolutely absurd. Part of me, I certainly understand why the NFL cannot have even the slightest perception of guys throwing games, fixing games. I get it. It's all about the integrity of the game. I get it. I do understand that completely. But Calvin Ridley wasn't with the team. He wasn't playing in games. Like, he was away from the team, and he bet like an 8-leg parlay. Anyway. I guess sometimes context has to matter, and apparently it didn't here, but it helps the Saints, certainly. Best receiver for the Falcons in your division won't be with the team for a year. Hayden Hurst is a free agent as well, so I don't know necessarily that you really worry too much about Atlanta next year. And then LSU baseball tonight against McNeese. Looking forward to seeing LSU get back out there, see what kind of changes, if any, Jay Johnson elects to make, and nice. See what type of changes Jay Johnson elects to make, if any. We should see Mikhail Hilliard on the bump tonight for the Tigers against McNeese team, which is 8-4 to start the season. But McNeese, they took it on the chin pretty good this last weekend from Louisiana Tech. They lost 2 out of 3. They ended up salvaging Sunday, but really got beat up bad on Friday and Saturday. So good opportunity for LSU tonight. At home, a little bit of a bounce back. And you also got the Pels tonight on a national TV game. They're playing on TNT tonight. So 6:30, Pels against the Grizzlies in Memphis. See if we can get a nice little bounce back after a disappointing loss there on the road in Denver, where they let one get away. Okay, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. As always, fire away with your comments. Y'all know the drill. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. YouTube, smash that like button. We appreciate y'all so much for being here. Hey, Lane Ward, Randy Dabdoob, Deborah Cowart, David Coslin, good morning. Ryan Amanda Guidry, Karen Baker, Truax, good morning. Mark, good morning. Is the Daniels kid a likely starter over Brennan? Seems that way. That was the conversation we had yesterday with Michelle Gardner, who covers Arizona State, was that he's not coming here to compete for a job. He's coming here to start. And that makes a lot of sense. I know we've talked about it a good bit already, but when you look at both Brian Kelly and Mike Denbrock, it's evident what type of quarterback they want. They want a quarterback that's athletic and mobile and can make plays with their feet, and that's not Miles Brennan. I would argue of the 3 on campus prior, Brennan was the least adaptable skill set to what those guys do. So, yeah, Daniels, who started 29 games, who's had a lot of success. I do. I think he's starting for LSU against Florida State. Jonathan Martin, Randy Bennett, good morning. Will LSU basketball getting that large bid to the NCAA tournament? Of course. Yeah, they're in. They're firmly in. Looked at the updated bracketology yesterday. I believe Jerry Palm and Shelby Mast, USA Today had LSU a 6. Lenardi had LSU a 5. So that was big, man. Beating Bama the other day was big for that reason. Quad 1, home win. It distanced, not that you were on the 8-9 line, but it distanced you even further from that line to the point where even if you're one and done in the SEC tournament, it's not going to drop you down to the 8-9 game. I mean, I think LSU's floor right now is a 7. But are they in? They're absolutely in. I mean, they've been in. When they beat Missouri, they were in. Ron Ritchie, Brian Broom, Ricky Lambert. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Tim Gotro, Cliff Nelson, Trivia Carter, Merrick Mathern, Strong Side. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Merrick said, did the parlay hit? I can't imagine. Talking about Calvin Ridley. I can't imagine. That an 8-leg parlay hit. If that had hit, we'd have known about it. But apparently the NFL has those, like with the sports books, they have those checks in place. Because, I mean, you're talking about a U.S. company. So they can obviously track who you are, where you're betting, and what you're betting on. And, I mean, Calvin Ridley was in Florida away from the team, and sports betting is legal, and mobile betting is legal in Florida, and he was apparently sports betting down there. So anyway, Sean Comiskey, morning, Matt. Hope Ridley can appeal the suspension. For $1,500, he lost $11 million. By the way, great interview with Michelle Gardner yesterday. Thank you, Sean. Kind words, I appreciate that. I don't know, like certainly he can appeal, but Sean, here's the problem with the NFL, right? And this is why the NFLPA is maybe the weakest in sports. Roger Goodell is judge, jury, executioner. Roger Goodell handed out the penalty, and any appeal is heard by Roger Goodell. So he would have to overrule himself, which ain't happening. Joseph Armato got up early. Good morning. All right, Joseph, glad to see you here. Jesse Brown, good morning. Let's see, Sean, does the same rule apply for the refs? The no call seems like somebody had money on the game. Nobody had money on the game, Sean. Come on. Like, refs miss calls all the time in every sport and every game. Say it all the time. They're just bad at their jobs because it's impossible to be good. Did y'all see last night? My goodness, there was in one of the, well, I'll tell you which game it was. Hang on. In one of the conference tournaments, I mean, you're talking about teams that the only way they're getting into the big dance is to win their conference tournament, like one bid leagues. This was Wilmington against Charleston, and Wilmington won the game because they called a charge on Charleston, which is one of the most brutal calls ever. The Wilmington kid just runs underneath the Charleston kid, like in no way was he set, and they called a charge. I've been telling y'all, like college refs love them a charge call, y'all, bro. Like it is brutal, and that ended the team's season. They're not cheating; they're just bad. Tim Gotro, the NFL investigating and handing out a punishment in 1 month's time has to be some kind of record. I don't know necessarily that. It's anything to NCAA. Taz, good morning. Let's see, Saints are ticking me off. They need to tag Marcus Williams along with getting the Honey Badger and create the best safety duo in the NFL. So they're not going to tag Marcus Williams because they're not going to pay him $12 million this year. But apparently they are negotiating a new contract, and by all accounts they're close, which is great news. Because if they sign him to a new deal, if they extend him, Taz, they obviously can backload the contract, so he has a much smaller cap number this year. So I think the Saints are still $49 million over the cap, something like that. So you sign him to a long-term deal, you can structure it such that the number this year is low, which helps against the cap. But they're not going to tag him in. They're not going to pay $12 million. And if he hits the open market, he ain't coming back. I mean, if it's literally for Marcus Williams just a matter of I'm going to go to the highest bidder, that's not going to be New Orleans. It can't be New Orleans because of their cap situation. So, anyway, I do think, though, that, all right, if somehow Marcus Williams walks, I'll also remind you that Malcolm Jenkins could be a candidate to be a cap casualty. Could be. They could save about $4 million, if I remember correctly, if they cut or release Malcolm Jenkins. So could release Malcolm and then sign Tyron. Could. Don't know if they will, but could. Ryan Rogers, Pels are rolling. CJ's on my fantasy. Nice. The loss against Denver was a bummer, man. I mean, make your free throws, bro. Graham and B.I. each missed a free throw there in the final 30 seconds of the game. Make your free throws, you win that game. It never goes to OT. Denver was, if y'all missed it, it was Sunday night. Denver had to play the foul game. And they sent Graham and B.I. to the line and each split a pair of free throws. You make your free throws, it never goes to overtime. I mean, you make your free throws, you're up 4 on Denver's final possession. Jordan Thomas, if things become obvious that Daniels will be the starter after spring, do you think Miles and Nuss would transfer? We could be back to only 2 quarterbacks quickly, if so. Maybe. I don't know necessarily where Nussmeier stands on the whole thing. Miles, I think it's a much greater likelihood that he transfers. Nuss, I would like to think, would stay put because you're a turned ankle away from being the starter. I guess his dad, being a coach for as long as he is, could probably push him that way, sort of instill that into him. That would be an interesting one, I think. Do you think Zion's coming back because he sees the production? Absolutely. I mean, if the Pels were wallowing in last place, there's no way he's coming back. They wouldn't push him to come back. They'd say, just stay away. But now you're making a legit playoff push. And not only that, but, I mean, you got a legit shot to win the play-in tournament. And I'd love for Zion to taste that postseason. I mean, the bubble was whatever, but yeah, absolutely. If he's healthy, you need it. And then the other part, too, is you have a chance to keep potentially driving the Lakers downward. Absolutely, you do that. So, yes. Brandon, good morning. How are you rocking, Drew? They're good. Taz, where did the Jimmy G rumors come from? How do you feel about that? So, Taz, Jimmy G rumors came from Jeremy Fowler. There was a piece at ESPN.com. There was a piece at ESPN.com where we're coming out of the combine, all the guys kind of like emptied their notebook, right? And so I did talk about it at length yesterday. It's going up on the Saints YouTube channel today. The AFR Saints YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed, do so. The Jimmy G video is going to go up today. But talked about it yesterday at AFR. Jeremy Fowler was one of the guys. They kind of emptied their notebook from the combine. He said one of the strangest rumors he heard was that the Saints were interested in doing a deal for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the part of it, Taz, that makes sense is, man, if you're if you're the Saints and you can't re-sign Jameis, if Jameis hits the open market and someone overpays for him, which someone could, you need an option. So do you really invest a high draft pick in this draft class? What are your other options? You have to have other options. So I think that's probably why you at least kick the tires there to see what the possibility is, because you may need to do you have Jimmy G for a 1-year deal, but do you give up an asset to trade for him for a 1-year deal? Because I don't think you're going to sign him long term. Trey Guy, good morning, Norman. Devin Kelly, what's up? Great seeing you Saturday. Should be talking with Tilly about the business with us. Excellent. Fantastic news, man. Glad to hear it. We'll do what we can, man. Do what we can, see if we can make that happen for sure. A little HUDCO business there, by the way. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. Do business with someone you know, HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com. Inspections, y'all. Inspections. If you are a homeowner or a business owner, now is the time, y'all. We have got field inspectors with clean schedules ready to roll. So let us hop up on your roof, walk it, see if we spot damage. If we do, we'll help you file the claim, help you get your claim approved, get you a new roof or repair your roof, whatever you need. And if not, great. You go into sort of the storm season knowing that that your roof's in good shape. So give us a shout. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCOroofing.com, HUDCOroofing.com. Keith H., Jameis or Jimmy G? Jameis. For me, that's easy. Does the signing of Jalen give LSU a couple more wins, or about the same? Personally, I believe 10 or 11 games. So Jaden Daniels. Honestly, I don't think so. I hate to say it that way, but I think they're probably I think their ceiling's 9 wins. Boy, if they could get to 10, that would be awesome. By the way, we keep mentioning this to y'all, if y'all don't mind. Very humbled to be nominated again for Best of 225, Best Radio Personality. Been fortunate enough to be nominated and to finish in the top 3 basically every year. And so they print, in the magazine, like they have a winner and then they print the order. I've always been in the top 3, but we only won it once. It would be cool to win it again. So there was my plaque when I won it in 2020. But if you would take a second and vote Best 225, I'd appreciate it very, very much. You don't have to live in Baton Rouge or even in Louisiana. I posted the link there in the comments, so we'd appreciate it. Where are we? Barry Day, Neil Ripley, what's good? Brian Wynn, Robbie Wellburn, Tony Cortello. You can argue Ridley wasn't affecting the outcome. However, he has to make better personal decisions. I completely agree with you, Tony. And all those guys, every one of them, they are all preached to by their respective organizations in the NFL at large about sports betting. It was just not a smart thing to do. No doubt. I don't think the punishment is just, but it was not. You're absolutely right. It was not a smart thing to do. Jason Horn, wonder how Walker Howard feels about this transfer. I don't think it matters to him, Jason, honestly. Jamie Howard came on AFR, said on the record, Walker's perfectly fine redshirting this year, and Jaden Daniels is going to be a 1-year player. So I really don't think that it's going to matter. Dax Jeter, does Brennan hit the portal again? A lot of people have asked that. I think it's likely. Robert Martin, you think Aaron Rodgers is going to give the NFL world his decision today? Seems like it, right? I have no insight there, but apparently the Packers made him as they put it, a market-altering offer. So we'll see what that is. That'd be stupid to let him walk. Back-to-back MVPs. How do you let that guy leave? Dax Jeter, how deep do the Tigers go in the SEC tournament to get a 5 seed? Oh, do they need to go? If you want to solidify it, and obviously, Dax, I think it also depends on what happens in the rest of college basketball, right? Because it's not just binary. It's not like only what you can control, but what happens elsewhere also. You got to avoid a loss on Thursday because you're going to play a bad team. You're playing Missouri or Ole Miss. That would be a bad loss. So you got to win that game, right? And then if you win one more, because if you win one more, you win on Friday, you're going to play one of the teams coming off the double bye, so you're going to be playing one of the top 4. I haven't looked at the bracket to know, but you'd be playing Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee, or Arkansas. You get a win against one of those, I think that does it. You play into the weekend, I think that does it. Where are we? Irfan Sayad, good morning. Oh gosh, I'm short on time. Kenny Futch, I like the footwork of Jaden Daniels, the way he gets rid of the ball under pressure. Doesn't even make the weight room his best friend. He has like 185. Live in Baton Rouge for a few months. It'll help. Devin Kelly, 9-3 Regs with a bull win for 10. That would be great. I mean, that's what they did in 2018. Yeah, with when they won the Fiesta Bowl. But yeah, I think that would be a very successful season. You beat Florida State, you go 5-3 in the league, go 9-3 overall, win a bowl game. I think that would be an awesome first year. Jay Benoit, good morning. Alex Barnes, hit the like button before I enter the chat every time. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. It matters. I mean, I know I say it often, y'all, but it does matter. Like, that's how the YouTube algorithm populates stuff, and it matters if you hit the like button. So, thank you. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, if you're on YouTube. Mr. Jones, good morning. Sean Comiskey. Chris Blair telling notes to get out is one of his finest moments. Is Russ off the table for the Saints? I don't think so, Irfan. I think they're going to make that. They're going to make an offer. You know, what can they offer? I think it'll be a combination of picks. I keep saying this, but look at what the deal the Rams did for Stafford last year. It was 2 1s, a 3, and Jared Goff. So if you're the Saints, you're likely parting ways with 2 1s, a 3, and a player. And the players that would make sense are C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Eric McCoy. Those are the guys that are great young players that are still on rookie contracts. Keith H., good time for a little hustle. Jeffrey, good morning. Thoughts on how far the Tigers can go in March. They can go to the Final Four. I've seen Loyola of Chicago go to a Final Four. I've seen George Mason go to a Final Four. LSU as an 11 seed went to a Final Four. I mean, how far can they go? Realistically, what I would like to see is them play into the second weekend. Make a Sweet 16. Play into the second weekend and give yourself a chance to see if you can, play your best game, catch a favorable draw, and maybe surprise some people and go on a deep run. But I think winning 2 games is certainly realistic for this team. But a lot of it depends on the draw. So go win a couple of games in Tampa this week, solidify yourself maybe as a 5 seed, and give yourself a better opportunity to make a run. Any AK news? Not that I've heard. If Armstead walks, does that make tackle a first-round priority? Probably. Yeah. Brandon, I got a bunch of new email addresses so I can load up the vote at 225. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. Stuff the ballot box. Thank you. Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Brian, I saw that Mooney Winston passed. I did see that yesterday. Got an email. There's like a football alum email that goes around that got forwarded to me. Okay, it would be Arkansas. Okay, if they win. So, yeah, I hadn't looked at the bracket yet. Greg Phillips, good morning. Y'all, I think we're just about done. It is 7:57. I got to bounce. Thank you all so much for watching, as always. Remember, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. They're just the best. If it's good enough for the Tigers and the Saints, it's good enough for me. It was good enough for me. Dr. Chip Bankston did my knee surgery. And, I mean, I've been to the after-hours clinic, would have had neck issues, Achilles, knee. They're fantastic. brortho.com. And, of course, Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Jump on the website, fill out the contact forms, the easiest way. You can always call us, and Terrio may actually pick up the phone because it rings to his cell phone. But easiest way is just go to hudcoroofing.com, fill out the contact form, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. There we are. And we'll get you a free, no obligation roofing inspection. All right, y'all have an awesome day. By the way, LSU Daily is already live. LSU Daily, I recorded it last night after AFR, so LSU Daily is live already if you want to go listen to that podcast, and AFR 3. All right, y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you. Peace.